Welcome back to the Wizard Shop. Today we're going to talk about the Infiniti QX56 that I purchased not too long ago, and it's already broken, guys. Let's take a look. Bin pack, bin pack, another bin pack, and another bin pack. Bin pack is sponsoring this video, and I'm really thankful to them. They have provided all 4 of these 4-post lifts. They've been watching the videos and they've been seeing that we're getting kind of tight on space, and they're like, we want to help you guys out. We can send you some 4-post lifts, and it's already saved so much space. The vehicles are going to be sitting for quite a while, get to go up on top, and the things that we're still working on can go on the bottom. We can move them in and out. But I wanted to thank Bin Pack. Really came to the rescue here. I'm so happy. So if you have your own do-it-yourself garage, or you have a professional shop and you're interested in what Bin Pack has to offer, or the Ranger line of products, we always have in our description a link to their site, and everything's listed there for sale. Make sure you guys check it out.
So Car Wizard, are you finally getting around to fix this thing?
Yes, it is broken.
Yeah. We're going down the road, and this feels like we're kind of swaying and bouncing. It's kind of like we're floating at sea. If you're going to take me on a boat, dear, I have another one that I'd like to work on in the back there.
Yeah. This was actually getting dangerous over bridges. You're going 70 miles an hour and you go over a bridge junction, and it was literally like, whoa, we're about to lose control. Something was really wrong in the rear end, and I found it. Let's take a look. So I recently put Bilstein shocks all the way around on this, and as many of you guys already know, the QX56 came from the factory with air suspension or load leveling suspension in the back. And when I purchased this vehicle, it had already been disabled, and someone attempted to put some springs or something in place of it. Now, like I said, I just put Bilsteins all the way around, and I didn't think much about the springs. I thought that's probably what's supposed to go there. But after, like Mrs. Wizard mentioned, it felt almost dangerous. The rear end was so floaty. I dug a little deeper. I had Junior Mint take this apart for me, and we found the problem. So as you can see, it has a brand new coil spring in place of the old springs. This is like a Moog heavy duty 800185. I don't remember the part number exactly, but that was the fix for this. It makes it ride properly, as if it had the air suspension or the load leveling suspension installed, and it can handle a trailer load. It's going to ride so much better. As you can see, here's one of the air lines that used to go to the air shock that used to be here. That's all since been deleted. That system's completely gone. Let me show you what was in place of the correct spring. This, after researching, I found is a 2-wheel drive coil spring, and they had a spacer to make the ride height correct. And it was the geometry was so out of whack, and these springs for the 2-wheel drive are so soft that it was dangerous. I'll set it next to this one here, and you can tell the coils are almost double the diameter on the new spring. These are way, way too soft. I'm surprised it didn't blow out my Bilstein shocks, like blow the oil out of them or something, because they were working so hard to try to keep everything stable. Not anymore though. This will take care of it. The next thing that broke on this was the rear section of the exhaust. I was driving around and I heard bang, 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 bang. I was like, what the heck is that? It was actually hanging. And I believe that the suspension was so soft that it actually was bottoming out, and it broke the exhaust. Let's take a look. So right here you can see it's supposed to be a flange. There's supposed to be a second piece, and it's so rusted it just broke in half right here. So what we did is we cut it right here near the muffler so we could pull the whole section out, and Junior Mint welded all the way around solid this piece. And then we just clamped it to the muffler with an adapter, so if we ever have to take the exhaust off for whatever reason, we can just unclamp it and pull it apart here. But that is solved. But that broke on me, and it scared me pretty bad. I was like, whoa, oh my God, what just broke? Luckily it was just the exhaust. So let's go ahead and lower it down. There's a couple other items I want to show you guys. So I mentioned in the previous video we did on the Infiniti that the gas gauge wasn't working. And some people had tried a new fuel pump and tried different things and it didn't solve it. I did some checking. The fuel pump and the sending unit were fine. What I found was the actual problem was the cluster. This is the old cluster. And inside of it, if I can get this open, is the circuit board. So our fuel gauge is over in this area, and all these electronics inside of here control the fuel gauge. So the actual computer or the brain that deals with the fuel gauge is inside the cluster. There's really no fix for it. You can send these off and get them rebuilt, but I got a good used cluster with very similar miles on it for the same price. I was concerned that the miles would be off a little bit, but I called the courthouse, the DMV here, and they said it has enough miles on it that it's exempt from mileage reporting. They said, we don't care. We don't even care what you put in there. I was like, oh, okay then. So it's a little bit off now, but it was way cheaper. I got a complete cluster, way cheaper, and the gauge works. So that's fixed. So let's take a look under the hood. So here's our big 5.6 liter V8. It's actually very powerful. I love the power of this thing. When you stomp the gas, it just flat out goes. It moves with authority. But as you can see, this little box right here is my heater valve. It looks brand new because it is. Every time I would shut off my car, it sounded like an actuator in the dash. It was click, 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 click. And I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to remove my whole dash. I really don't want to do that. But I got lucky. It was just a heater valve. It's electronically controlled, as you can see with the wiring here. This is an aftermarket one, and as soon as I replaced it, the clicking is gone. It's completely silent now. I also have a new radiator because where the crimp around the seams, the side tanks or the upper and lower tanks were leaking really bad. It had enough miles on it that doesn't surprise me, so it has a brand new radiator. Other than that, I haven't had to do really a whole lot to this vehicle. But if you had to get these things done at a shop, I'd probably already be $2 or $3 grand into this car. So Nissan reliability is not the best, but I'm willing to put up with it on this vehicle because I love the styling and I love the power that comes out of the engine. I really like these. I've always liked the QX56, these generation of the styling. Now we're going to continue finishing up this vehicle. This will be one we keep. We use it to tow our camper trailer. Inclement weather, this is what I'm going to be using. This has got all-wheel drive. But there is one car we will not be keeping. Let's head on over.
So Car Wizard, I think we need to let this go.
Yeah, it is a really sweet car, but ever since you've got your Levante, this thing just sits, and it sits, and it sits, because the Levante is so cool.
It is really cool.
The Levante is like a Maserati sports car mixed with an SUV. She has the best of both worlds, so much so that this thing doesn't get the attention anymore.
Yeah, it was a fun car, and it's still kind of winterish here. It's, spring in Kansas can be winter one day, summerish in the next, and even though it's a really nice car, it doesn't do well for Kansas driving, so it is time to go. This is a 2004 SL500, and it's been a really good car for us. We fixed a few minor things on it, gave it some better shoes, because the shoes that were on it before were definitely not, she needed some new shoes. So
the wheels, yeah.
The wheels were upgraded, and they look much nicer on here.
Very much nicer. Well, I guess let's take a look around this car so they can check it out.
It is pretty sweet. Let's look.
Yep. So like Mrs. Wizard said, this is a 2004 Mercedes SL500. It has 142,000 miles. It has the 5-liter V8 with a little over 300 horsepower, right at 300 horsepower. The convertible top works great. The ABC suspension works great. The SBC brakes work great. They have a lot of life left in them. The interior is really pretty nice. Really, the whole car is really pretty nice, and the wheels are so sweet. We're going to be asking $9,250 on this one because it's in really good shape. If this thing was immaculate perfect, these things are going for 13, 14, 15 grand. This is not a $15,000 car, however, it is a little over a $9,000 car. If you'd like to get information or pictures or talk about buying this car, contact the office. Crazy D in the office. You can go to our website, omegaAutoClinic.com. There's all our contact information. You can speak with him about purchasing this car, and I will let you guys know up front, if you're a potential buyer, you are not, and I repeat, you are not going to get to talk to me about this car. You're going to go through the whole deal with Crazy D, start to finish, the whole purchase. That's why I have him hired. He sells stuff for me. I didn't hire him to do the work and then me do the work. That's not the way it works. So again, if you're interested in this car, contact Crazy D in the office. He'll get you answer any questions or anything like that. So let's take a look around the car. So we just washed the car. There's a little bit of water on the ground dripping from the car wash, but nothing leaks like that on the car, so don't worry. The tires are brand new, the wheels are brand new, has good brakes on it all the way around. It does have some scuffs here or there in the paint, and on the front, we'll show you here in a minute, there's a couple of little dings in the bumper. The back's in good shape. All the glass is in good shape, no chips or cracks or breaks. Again, this side of the car is in good shape. The paint is decent. Okay. Has newer wipers on it. These could be probably refinished, but they're fairly clean, they're fairly decent. As you can see, there's some scrapes and also a small crack down here on the bumper.
Which I did not do.
No, that was there when we bought it. There's also the same thing on the other side, right here on the bumper. Just letting you guys know up front what you're dealing with. I'll go ahead and open the hood. Here we have the 5-liter V8. Has a brand new serpentine belt, a couple of new coil packs, all new spark plugs. It's not dripping or pouring out any fluid anywhere. Like I said, the ABC system works great. Has brand new batteries, front and rear. And the SBC brake is doing great. It has a lot of life left in the counter. So let's go ahead and take a look at the interior.
It's okay, everybody. I get to do the inside. As you see, everything looks really, really good. The dash is crack-free. The only thing that is kind of questionable on the steering wheel, it's got a little bit of heat damage on there, and I've mentioned that in the previous video. But again, it's not been an issue. The steering wheel could be replaced, but we've not looked into any of that. All the controls work on the steering wheel. So as we see, it does have a classic Mercedes radio and the ever so nicely concealed cup holders on both sides. Again, dual climate control, lovely wood that is not cracked, and does have easy controls to adjust the ABC suspension, and you can set it for different driving modes as well. Again, lovely concealed compartments, and how we control the lovely convertible top, which, being that this is a hard top convertible, makes for a very nice quiet ride when the top is up. On the side panels, you'll see, past the car wizard there, you'll see that there are wood accents on the door as well. And again, those are not cracked. I know they're a little far away, but they are in great, great shape. Got storage compartments in both doors. The driver's door is just the same. Again, we have lovely AMG floor mats on both sides.
Yep.
While this is not AMG, it does get that lovely little perk. Seats are in good, at least this seat is in great shape, and it does fully work. All the different controls are in great function. And the microscopic little back area with a couple of storage compartments, which I found shockingly this has more storage than the boat. The one element that did need to be corrected was the driver's seat, and I promise you it was not a Taco Tuesday moment by the wizard or myself, but it did come with a tear, and we used a lovely kind of a sticker. It's a leather-ish sticker that is applied. It's called Mastoplasta, and it does a really good job in keeping the seat together. Looking for a new seat was more pricey than we wanted to look into, but the seat does work. The bottom section can move in and out and can obviously control in lots of different pivots and positions.
So again, the asking price is $92.50. You contact Crazy D, not the car wizard. You contact Crazy D in the office and he'll answer any questions and he can facilitate the deal if you're ready to buy. We also want to thank BenPack again for all the new lifts we have. It is such a great help. We're really appreciative of that. We got many more cool projects to come. There's some cars that just came in today you guys are going to love to see. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And also, if you're curious what kind of tools you use in the shop, check my Amazon affiliates link in the description below. All my tools that I use in the shop are for sale there. We get a small cut. And again, thanks for watching.